1 for about 5 years, and tested for level 2 at Grand Prix Denver in 2004. 2003, 2004. Oh.
You mean
11.
That's a chaos.
11. Yeah. Jason Ness tested for there. And I failed that one. Was not ready. And I know that now. At the time, it kind of stung. Worked a few more GPs. Worked about another year or so. And then tested again with John Oliver at GP Seattle/Tacoma. And I passed there, though we had to split the interview in half because the venue kicked us out. That was a lot of fun. So the GP top 8, or the PTQ rather, they did the PTQs on Sunday back then. The PTQ top 8 and my interview got kicked out of the venue, and we had to go across the street to the hotel in the lobby. Finished out my interview there. That was loads of fun.
Why'd you guys get kicked out?
It turns out that you can't stay in a room past midnight without paying more for it. So, go figure. Yeah, that happened.
Is there a certain quantity of GPs that get scheduled for the Northwest? How do they rotate between like Seattle, Utah, Denver? And the other question is, same thing with our PTQs. How do those get determined on which region?
I think that there's an uncard that has R&D on it with a dartboard. I'm pretty sure that's accurate for a lot of things. The real answer is no, I don't know. It's an internal WotC thing.
And so they tell the region what they're thinking.
Yes, they tell the Wizards comes up with a list of where they want them. They then contact the PTOs, the premier tournament organizers, and say, we want to hold an event in this city, we'd like you to run it. Find us a venue. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Things have to move, but generally that's kind of how it works. Eventually that list is publicized. It's typically 6 months to a year after PTOs actually know about it. Because finding a venue can be really hard. For those of you that are interested, booking a GP venue happens roughly a year in advance. That's how hard it is to get a venue that size and to organize these giant undertakings. And now that they're getting even bigger, it's getting harder. I'm sure, like in Denver, you realized GP Denver in January this year, right? It was way bigger than that one room that's always held Grand Prix Denver to hold. And so we might have to look at other options for next time, or we may not.
Is WotC ever up the strong arm PTO to doing that?
Not that I've ever heard of. Typically, PTOs are very excited to get Grand Prix assigned to them.
I mean, for human definition, like they sell the product for those tournaments at like some wholesale, so they incentivize it really, really strong. Yeah.
I wouldn't speculate on the business side of that at all, but I've never heard of a PTO turning one down, other than for pure logistic reasons. Like there are no venues, it's just not, that kind of thing. Like the reason Grand Prix Seattle is in Tacoma is because the venues are a reasonable price versus being in Seattle where they're not. So if Wizards said you have to have it in Seattle, that might cause an issue. But typically it's not going to be a problem. It's November. Yeah.
Do you foresee a similar system happening in the GPs that we saw recently with PTQs having players qualify for this part of the PTQ? So kind of like the GP trials, like a GP trial would be required.
No. This is all speculation. I don't have any inside information there, but I don't think that will ever happen. Having Grand Prix as open for everybody events is good for everyone. They are the marquee large tournament. And so you don't really want to mess with those too bad. And especially to make them invite only would be really difficult. You suddenly have to have Grand Prix qualifiers and PPTQs, and then somehow find enough stores and judges and time to run all of these events. Whereas you can just instead have a Grand Prix and invite everybody that wants to come.
Not only that's because of the reason everybody can go to PDQ to qualify for the PDQ.
Sure, that change happened for a specific reason though, and it was that PTQs were getting too large, and they were being run by stores. Stores don't always have a venue, or they don't think they can afford a venue, or they don't get one, or there's a slew of reasons behind what a store would or would not do. They also didn't have, sometimes they wouldn't have judges. And so they found that in some places, the PTQs were getting so large that they would also take 10, 11, 12 hours, plus a toughie. And it's just not a good experience. Like showing up to a 500-man PTQ is kind of terrible. I wouldn't want to play in that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's held in a store that's likely to get hot, smelly, and just not be. It's not fun. So we had to find a way to break that up, and PPTQs were the best of those options.
Meanwhile, Grand Prix, we plan on being large and the large events.
Yep. That's the PTOs are planning for that, and so they can get a larger venue, they can handle those things. A small store, even though Channel Fireball is a giant PTO, they're still a store, and they just can't handle that in their store all the time. Most other places can't either.
Something to judge conduct. One thing I run into a lot, like judging locally and knowing the local player base, is when I'm playing as a regular player, when I'm trading as a regular trader, I don't know specifically how to explain the players the stress to them that I'm not being a judge right now. I don't want to exert undue influence. Do you know any way to try and make sure that there isn't that sort of conflict?
Don't wear your hair.
Yeah, well, that
Sure.
obviously, but like
I mean,
the judge conduct applies to
For me, I don't delineate the two anymore. I mean, you are a judge. All of you, you're judges. You should not try and hide that fact simply because you're not actively judging now. If you're trading with players, like, just be yourself. You're a judge because you know the rules, but also because you are honest and trustworthy. You are an upstanding member of your community. And that shouldn't change just because you're playing in an event or you're trading with somebody. So there's no reason to really separate that.
I mean, I guess my problem is like, I'm often worried that, like, when a player sees me as a judge, and I'm playing in a tournament, they will treat me less as though I'm playing like this competitive tournament, or they will, if I make a rule mistake, because we're doing this, then they'll put that in context and try to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing to do for that is just remind people that you're a person. Nobody but Abe Corson is a robot here. Maybe Jared Silva. Right. I don't think there are any robots in this room. We're safe there. And, I mean, all you can do is just be yourself. If that's not good enough for everybody, if they want to try and hold that stuff against you, it's an issue they have to deal with.
Some of that may just be something you have to talk to them personally about too.
Yeah.
This person, the rest of them not as the judge or a player. Yeah.
Who's next? I guess I should say. What else? What else you got?
What has been the worst, nearly if not all things that could go wrong, did go wrong event in Ireland?
Grand Prix Anaheim, I think was the worst event for me. That That's the worst one that comes to mind anyway. Maybe the Grand Prix Charlotte a couple of years ago was pretty rough. The venue was not set up for the number of players that we got. And if you've been there, it's a gigantic rectangle room. And one side of it was set up, the other side was not. And it turns out all the extra tables and chairs were on the side that was set up. And it also turns out that there were tables and chairs in the way, so we couldn't use a forklift. So we got to push tables and chairs across the entire venue for, I don't know, an hour. It's the only time I've almost vomited at a meeting.
That's one of the hits.
It's,
I survived.
yes, there was a t-shirt made from that. Spellman's got something.
So what's your opinion on time management and the Price is Right game?
I'm waiting for Noel to just.
I've been doing this for 5 minutes.
I just like to talk. What I'm here to do, isn't it? Come on. There's still questions.
Go ahead, finish the people who had their hand.
All right. I got two more. What's up? It's fine.
Fair enough. How does a person go about setting their scorekeep March Madness?
That is a loaded question, man. That's like your wife asking if this dress makes you look fat. No, the real answer is you start scorekeeping local events and get very good at it. Once you feel very confident in that, you go to a Grand Prix or contact a judge manager for a Grand Prix and say, hey, I'm interested in scorekeeping side events. Here is my resume of events that I've done. You want to make sure you include like player counts, round numbers, those kind of things. They want to know that you can handle multiple, either multiple drafts at a time. You can enroll 50 players in 5 minutes. That you can handle 100 result slips coming in. These kind of things, and not burn the tournament down.
Fix it when it's
Yeah.
That certainly helps. Most of them are about preventative. Right. Recovery is something they've usually got people for, but they want to know that you've been doing this and that you can't be trusted to continue doing it.
Do a 100-player tournament by hand.
That's actually not relevant. They want you to use the software. They want you to, have you score kept a 100-person event with 0 data entry and not caused any delays to the turnaround? Right? Like they want to know that they can trust you with that. So they're going to throw you at on-demand events and expect you to be able to register 8 people, print, go, 8 people, print, go, 8 people, print, go, all day long for 12 or 14 hours. It's some crazy, ridiculous shit. So that is how. And some good luck doesn't hurt. All right, I guess it's Price is Right time soon.
All right.
Noel wants to clear the room so we can set up for it. So get out.